Hey guys, Xaryu here. Today I wanted to make a video on my thoughts on Legion because overwhelming demand in my stream has told me to make this video. Everybody's super curious. I'm going to start with the PvP system first because I PvP and that's mainly what's going to be affecting me. Everything else, although I care as a MMO player, I don't really care too much because just want PvP to be balanced. It's really all I care about. So the honor system, they call it version 3 honor system. Basically, instead of getting honor from Battlegrounds and buying gear from it, you're going to be ranking up from getting honor from Battlegrounds, or they said you might be able to get it from arenas too, and unlock abilities. And from here, you have ranks 1 to 50, and you can prestige back to level 1, similar to Call of Duty. So I think this is good and bad. I think it has pros and cons. I think the two pros that I have thought of so far are it's really good for casual players. As we've seen in Call of Duty, people love to just get to max level and restart and do it again and do it again and do it again for more cosmetic rewards. Super casual, but people, in the past have loved it with other video games. So it'll give casual players something to do instead of just sit in a city or sit in their garrisons, and they will actually, be enjoying themselves and feel like they're pushing towards another goal. So I think that is really cool. That's one of the pros. I think another huge pro for the V3 honor system is that you can balance PvP without affecting PvE. So PvP finally has spells just for PvP, which means if something's really OP or something's not quite strong enough, they can nerf or buff it accordingly, and it's not gonna ripple through the rest of the game. In the past, you can't just change, maybe the strength on Ice Nova, because in PvE, maybe it's too weak, and in PvP, it's too strong, so, it's really difficult to balance there. So with PvP-only spells, it'll be much easier to balance for PvP. I think the one major con for the V3 honor system is maybe they have a workaround this. I don't know. This is just, my first impressions after watching the release trailer and the little talk, is that arena players can't really prestige effectively. And what I mean by that is, in high-level arena, you're going to want all of your PvP talents. So if you prestige and go back to level 1, and from my understanding is you lose all of your PvP talent, you can't really do arena because the people you're fighting are going to have all of those PvP talents. So you won't be able to prestige unless you plan on not doing arena. And as most of you guys know, and a lot of high-end arena players, we play arena on a daily basis. So prestiging will kind of be out of the question. And this leads me to believe that all of the noobs, casuals, are going to have high prestiges, and all of the good players, or really high-rated players, are going to have, they're going to be on first prestige or 0th prestige because they don't want to lose their skills. That's pretty simple because you have to stay competitive. You don't want to drop skills for no reason. So that's my thoughts on the honor system. Some good things, some bad things. Maybe they'll find a fix for some the bad thing, and hopefully it'll work out. Trying to stay optimistic about it. A couple other things that don't have to do with PvP, but I thought I would say it because, just thoughts on the, new Legion expansion based on the release video. So we're going to be level 110. I think that's a little weird. It's not as comfortable as level 90 or 100 or 80 or 70 or 60. I think 110 is kind of like an awkward number. I honestly would have liked to maybe even, these are just random like spitball ideas, but maybe stay at level 100 and go through a leveling zone to unlock new abilities or new skills. So you have to do it. It forces you to level, but you stay at level 100 just because 100 seems like so capped, Level 110 just feels a little awkward. But like I said, don't really care about it too much. I'm not like, oh no, level 110, I'm gonna quit. It doesn't matter to me. It's just a little awkward. Artifact weapons seem very cool. I think it gives us like a lot more pride in our class, in our gear. Like right now, like I don't really even know what gear I have. I really don't care. It's just like season gear. But when I have an artifact that I'm gonna have for like the entire expansion, I'm gonna take pride in upgrading it as much as I can and really try to push that one weapon because it's it's an artifact. It's pretty cool. The skins look pretty cool. So I think the artifacts were a good idea. I hope they don't get too stale or boring. Right now they seem pretty cool. You guys want to know my opinion on demon hunters? So pro and con, I guess. They're really cool. Seems like everyone is super hyped to make them, especially rogues and monks, because they're like an agile leather wearing class like a rogue or a monk. Seems like a lot of people are going to reroll demon hunters, so I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to reroll one, I don't think, because I like casters like mage or priest. I think they look really exciting for some players. My big concern with demon hunters is that right now the game is in like utter turmoil. Like everything is so distraught. So they're going to have a big job to not only balance all the imbalances in the game right now, but then also add in another class and balance that too. So it's just going to be a big job for them to balance everything, then add more on top to also balance. So it's going to be tricky. If they can pull it off, then great. If they can't, then another class is just going to further bring WoW into, like, you know, a downward spiral. But hopefully, you know, kind of stay optimistic. Hopefully they'll make it awesome and balance everything. Overall, for like the lore, I don't know. Don't really pay much attention to that. I think it's, you know, Illidan, pretty cool. The whole Fellish theme is pretty cool. I guess all I can say for that is, like, at least we're not taking quests from pandas like Mist of Pandaria. I mean, that should be more badass and more like a cool MMO that we will enjoy playing. So yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts on the lore. Don't really care too much though, because I'm a PvP player. One thing that did excite me, which actually isn't something they mentioned, but something that they didn't mention, is garrisons. They didn't say anything about garrisons. And I think this expansion, we were really hindered in our social experience by being locked into our garrison cages. Everybody would just go to their garrisons, AFK the entire expansion, and no one ever saw each other after that. They didn't mention, you know, like new garrison features or, you know, new garrison buildings, anything like that. So by them not mentioning that, to me, that seems that they're kind of pushing away from garrisons. They probably won't get rid of the current garrisons, but they're probably going to promote new places to go, new things to do outside of your garrison to get that social activity back. So the absence of garrison talk actually excited me. I guess that pretty much wraps up everything I thought about Legion, Demon Hunters, artifacts, honor system. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. I'll try my best to answer, or catch me live on Twitch TV. See you next time, guys.